Murder! Murder! Murder!
Most Foul. Welcome to Most Foul TV. This is Most Foul TV with your host, Dante Pena.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Most Foul TV. I'm your host, Don Pena, and this is Most Foul Chief. Yes, I'm coming to you from the truck. Obviously, it's been a minute since I've been able to post for you guys, almost 2 seasons. The last time we spoke, we were in our back-to-back season, the first time, when that season ended tragically because we lost to the bitch-ass Tampa Bay Buccaneers and that punk-ass Tom Brady because of that horrendous collapse of our offensive line, and Patrick Mahomes had to run for his life almost 400 yards from behind the line of scrimmage, mind you. So I don't want to hear shit about that, Tom Brady and the Bucs won that all on their own. Hey, they had a lot of help from our goddamn offensive line from being non-existent. Either way, doesn't change the fact that they fucking lost it. Since then, though, the Chiefs have gone back-to-back. Patrick Mahomes is now a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time MVP, and 2-time Super Bowl MVP. The motherfucker's already going to the Hall of Fame if he quit tomorrow, but we ain't done yet. We are in the midst of history, folks. 3-peat season, baby. Let's go. It's gonna happen. He is the Michael Jordan of football, and you all know it. You're just living in the greatness. Enjoy it. With that said, we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to talk about. I'm sorry, like I said, because of my time, because I basically usually only have 1 day off, I would like to be sitting behind my desk with my nice Chiefs jersey, flag behind us, my big ass fucking screen. The whole thing is just, the aesthetics of it. But that's just not an option. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. Hell, I barely have time to do this. It's the editing too. It's not even the recording, but the recording part is the easy shit. It's the editing, and that takes time when I'm going through all that crap. So, sorry, my nose itches. Because I still want to be able to post, I want to kind of get back to it. And hopefully, if I can wiggle a schedule that works, I might be behind the chair with the full shebang and full Chiefs gear, in the man cave, so to speak, and kind of do it the right way. Until then, though, maybe I'll just do this. Maybe I'll just say, fuck it. I'll do it while I'm at work in the truck, because I don't do shit on the drive, and a lot of times long drives, and I get some shit out to you guys. So we might not have an intro, at least in the first couple. If I could figure out how to put the intro on my damn phone, then I could splice that together. But until then, fuck it, I'm doing it like this. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Do it live, even though this is really live. So, let's get to it. So much shit to talk about with, the off season. Obviously, the Rashee Rice thing I'm not going to talk about because everybody knows there really nothing new. Yes, he's an idiot. He crashed. Fuck you, Mike Florio. Like, that guy's a piece of shit, right? Are you kidding me? Every time this guy has an opportunity to pretend that fucking Rashee Rice, is a mass murderer, fucking guy does. Like, bro, first of all, he's in his early 20s. He's a young as fuck. He's a kid. He made a mistake. Yeah, he was speeding. Yeah, he should be racing. It's horrible. I hate it. I talk shit to people who are dumbasses that do it. However, no one got hurt seriously. A couple of bumps and bruises or whatever. And all those fucking people, shut up, truck. All those people are going to get paid. So, I have friends and family who have gotten into car accidents and shit. None of them motherfuckers are getting millions. So, cry me a motherfucking river, okay? Those people are set for life when it's all said and done. So I don't want to hear it. Like, you're getting paid, all right? Be happy. It sucks that, where she got into an accident, whatever. Yeah, like all that. It's not to be condoned. But hey, no one died, and you're gonna get paid millions for getting into a car accident with Rashee Rice. Congratulations. So, with that said, the man's a badass. He's our number one. Hopefully he stays out of trouble and learns his lesson and stop being a dumbass. Let's get to it, man. Hey, I was excited about this. I still am, because I was waiting to see that amazing, three-headed monster of Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy. I mean, damn. That was going to be, and then, that just from the receivers, like, pick your poison with those three. Those are the 3 starters. Pick your poison, and unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that this season. Hopefully, we get to see it next season, because they'll probably re-sign Brown, since he's not going to get to do shit. I don't even think he's going to be back for the playoffs at this point, the way they're talking. I honestly don't. Maybe by the Super Bowl. But again, I mean, are they? If he's ready for the Super Bowl but hasn't played, hasn't practiced, they're not going to activate him. So that's unfortunate. Or whatever, we can wait a season to see that action. By then, Worthy will be a whole season in, be that much better. Jesus, it's going to be insane. But that's in the near future. All right, we want to talk about what the fuck is going on right now. We're going to get to all that. I'm going to get to the game, get to all of that, while we're trying to speed track the off season and some of the stuff that I wanted to go over with you guys. But yeah, so that's unfortunate. But hey, so I'm gonna give you a quick story on Xavier Worthy on the combine, me watching that, and then leading up to the draft. Right, so over the years since the Chiefs' success, I haven't watched as much college ball, and I still don't. But there was a time when we kind of sucked, before the Mahomes era, even during Alex Smith's era, I was doing this for, but where I would really pay attention to the college stuff, and for 2 reasons: A, I played fantasy football, and then B, I wanted to really see the young guys coming out and kind of know who they were, and who can we get, who's going to be that piece that's going to get us over the hump. And is it a receiver, is it a running back, is it a quarterback back in the day, right? So I would always kind of look at things and be a little more invested. Over the years since our success, I'm like, I don't really care. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, who cares? It's, I don't really care what we got. We don't got, especially after just the multiple championships, right? It's a little hard to be get excited for the new stuff. It's just oh, what do we got over there? Now, this last season, though, even though the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, everyone knows last year was the year to get us. We fucking sucked. We had the worst. Well, I don't say we sucked. We had weaknesses. We had glaring weaknesses in the offense. The worst wide receiver room in the fucking league, in the NFL. Hands down. There was no one worse. As a collective. And if you were going to beat the Chiefs, last year was the year to do it. Couldn't throw downfield. They had 2 plays of for going more than 20 yards. The whole season. I mean, all of our yards and offense was anything under 20 yards. Dink and dunk. Isaiah Pacheco used that run game. Kelsey, all of that, right? And it was still enough to win the Super Bowl because our defense was clutch. They put it down, and then in the playoffs, Mahomes put a boot in everyone's ass, and they turned that switch, and they did what they did, right? They're the fucking Chiefs. So, last year was here to get them, nobody did it. So obviously going into this new season, I was for sure, I'm I mean, even before we had won the Super Bowl, by late in the season, I was who are the receivers? And you can even go look at my Facebook posts. There were some early posts before the end of the season where I'm who's this guy? I think I had a Christian Watson. I'm sorry about that. Piece of shit 60. Sorry, I'm driving. Deal with it. Alright. I think I had posts about Christian Watson the year before. A couple of other wide receivers of this coming out in this draft in this season. I posted about last season because I knew that we can't sustain like this. They fucking suck. MVS was horrible, just dropping pass after pass, and it just became an epidemic with the team. It infected everybody. Rashee was doing okay, but he was a rookie. He didn't turn on until the second half of the season. Kadarius Toney, who was a disappointment. Sky Moore can't develop if his life depended on it. It was a travesty. It was annoying. And with all that, they still fucking won. They brought it when they needed to. But Veach and like, well, obviously we cannot sustain success this way. And what did they do? They went out and they got some fucking pieces. But, so, they signed Holmer Braun the offseason. Hell yeah, I was excited about that. Let me get us some light in here, sorry. Give me a second. There we go, now you can see my early bug. There we go. So, I was paying attention to the wide receivers coming out of the draft this upcoming season, this upcoming draft. And I looked at, obviously you had Marvin Harrison Jr., who we were not getting. They were not, there was no way the Chiefs were going to trade the farm to go, in a top 10 and go get him. So it wasn't going to happen. Unless they found somebody really stupid, which, the Browns, I think, had already given away their picks. Yeah. So that wasn't happening. The other guy was Rome Odunze, who I was high on. I like Rome Odunze. I thought he was, he's a big guy, had a great catch radius, and but he had sticky fingers. It was great. It was, so I was excited about him. There's a few, but then I saw Xavier Worthy. And I was like, this guy's fucking fast. I'm reading up on him, and I'm like, okay, a little small, but they were like, motherfucker's fast. And so I started to think of the potential of a Tyreek Hill 2.0 type shit, right? So I'm like, all right, so I had, I'm like, maybe Rome Odunze, maybe Xavier Worthy, so there's a couple of other cats who I kind of had in mind. I'd have to go through my list because I forget all their names off the top of my head. So whatever, fast forward, and so I'm watching the draft, or not the draft, so I'm watching the combine, the NFL combine. And Xavier, a lot of them top guys, Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't really work out. And then Xavier Worthy was only going to do the 40. Yeah, he wasn't going to do the other skills. I think he did like one other skills test. I think the combine or something. I don't know. And so he's coming. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's fucking see. And I'm watching the 40s. I'm like, all right. And then he goes and runs the first one. 4.22. I was like, oh shit, he tied it. He tied the record. And everybody's like excited and they're clapping, and you hear Rich Eisen. So I was like, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like, because he was one of the people on my list of like, hopefully the Chiefs draft this guy. And then they're talking, and then you hear he wants the record. He doesn't want to end it in a tie. He wants the fucking record. He's gonna run again. And I'm like, okay, fuck yeah, kid, go get it. Don't fucking settle for, hey, you know what? Hey, I got the tie 4.22. It's good enough. I'm not gonna risk injury. I'm not gonna risk this or that. Like, I'm gonna call it a day. Like most of these other fucking people do. Most of these other young athletes are just like, whatever. No, this guy wanted to prove a point. He's like, nah, fuck that. I want that title. I want to be the best. When I saw that, I'm like, that motherfucker's a chief. That guy is championship material. I fucking like it. Let's go, kid. He lines up, takes off, gets the whistle blown, restart. Motherfucker. You hear the crowd all collectively grow like, oh, are you kidding me? Come on, let him run. Lines up again. Bam, takes off. Hits the finish line, 4.21. I literally yelled like it was a fucking game, like we scored a touchdown. I was like, yeah, like fuck yeah, like the excitement for a 40-yard dash for this kid, because I liked the fact that he was willing to do it again. The fact that he said, nah, fuck that, fuck the tie. I want that title for me. I want to win it. I want to be the name. That is championship material. That is, to quote former great chief Tyrann Mathieu, that's championship swagger, baby. And that, I'm like, that guy is Kansas City Chief material. That's a chief. He went to the top of my list after the combine. I'm like, let's go. And the whole time leading up to the draft, I'm like, I'm watching, RGR football and all these other shots. And shout out to RGR, those guys are great. Little serious for my taste. you know. But they didn't have Xavier as the top end. They were like, oh, don't draft him, like, you know. And again, hey, no, I'm not giving those guys any flack. They obviously know more than I do when it comes to X's and O's in football. I'm just a fucking fan. But from a fan standpoint, I looked at it like, fuck the X's and O's, fuck the, you know, oh, Roboduce's better, this guy's a better grade. No. He is fast as fuck. He has that Tyreek Hill, lightning kill you speed, and he actually knows how to run routes, and he can catch. The guy has a legitimate route tree. He's not just as much as that idiot from the Bengals wants to say, oh, he just runs straight. No, moron, watch some fucking tape. Watch his college tape. The kid knows how to run routes. He has a route tree. This kid is actually better prepared and more well-rounded than Tyreek Hill was when he came out of college. Tyreek Hill did not have a developed route tree when he came out of college. The Chiefs had to teach him how to become a wide receiver in the NFL. All he was at that point was a gadget guy and a returner. Xavier Worthy is not that. Xavier Worthy is a legitimate wide receiver as a rookie, okay? And he has Tyreek Hill speed. So when I knew that, I'm like, no, you sign him tomorrow, kind of shit. Draft his ass. I don't care how good other guys are. For our system, for Andy Reid, for Patrick Mahomes, that's the fucking guy you need to get back to glory when it comes to offensive power. So, that was my thoughts. The draft comes. Kansas City Chiefs have traded to the Buffalo Bills of all motherfuckers to the 28th spot. Right here, the Buffalo Bills have traded with Kansas City Chiefs. What? And I'm like, oh, they're gonna fucking do it. This has to be a wide receiver. And I'm like, it has to be Worthy. It has to be Worthy. Say it's fucking Worthy. And then they fucking say the name. And then again, like we scored a motherfucking touchdown, I yell, fuck yeah, let's go! Because it was that exciting. That's what this guy brings to the Chiefs, is excitement, man. And that's what we were missing all last season. We saw it in game 1, and we're going to see more of it. And he was quiet. And I blame, he was quiet this game, but I blame Mahomes on that interception. I think Mahomes hasn't developed yet the 100% trust with him. So he doesn't know how hard or how far he can throw because he's not entirely sure. Can Xavier catch up to him? And I think he'll figure it out. And I think as the season goes on, he's going to realize, oh yeah, I can fucking just chuck it up there. Because remember what he used to say about Tyreek Hill? Oh, you can't overthrow him. Yeah, you can't overthrow Worthy either. Just chuck that bitch. Because it was short. If he would have launched it in front of Worthy, Homeboy wasn't going to fucking one-hand that bitch. Mahomes just threw it short. He did. He tried to put it on a dime, like right on his hands, throw it ahead of him. Let him go get it. Put it in front of him. He got the wheels to catch up. It's just Mahomes isn't there yet. And I think he's going to learn from that game. I guarantee you're going to see that same play where Mahomes is going to launch that bitch, go get it. Right? And then whether or not, then we'll see if it's worthy. But we've seen him have great tracking skills in college. And he can do it in the NFL. So it's just a matter of time. I'm excited. Let's get to the game. With that said, let's get to the motherfucking game. I know we skipped over the Ravens. I'm not going to talk about who gives a shit they lost. Right? Hell of a game. Who whooped that ass? But the Bengals talking all that shit. You know, I mentioned what I forget his name, the corner. He just runs in a straight line. Blah, blah, blah. And then what happens? Now, it wasn't Worthy that did it. Rashee Rice runs a straight line and burns his ass. Well, what happened? You said he just runs straight. If all they do is run straight, why did you stop him? Got burned. Keep your mouth shut. Jamar Chase, you're the team. You guys are the team to beat in the AFC. How many yards did you have this year or this game? What, 78? That's all you did? I thought you were the team to beat. Fuck out of here. Right? Now, we do have some glaring holes. You saw, and I think this was by design, and there's a lot to kind of cover. But we got burned in the middle of the field by their tight ends. Kingsley Suamataia, our left tackle, is struggling a bit, but he's a rookie, right? He's a rookie, and he was getting beat all night. He got benched. We'll touch on that. But I'm watching the news coverage and all this horseshit. I'm trying to, again, this is off the top of my head, I don't have my computer in front of me. I don't have my notes that I kind of normally would write to get an idea of what I want to talk about. So I'm trying to do this in real time in my head. I'll try to stay in order. But so we have some glaring weaknesses that I think the Chiefs will address, and we'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about what all these, not all of them, but what some of the news media is talking about, sports media, and fans, and most of the Bengals fans. They got lucky. The refs won another one for the Chiefs. Really? Really? Let's fucking talk about that. What about the bullshit pass interference that was called on Trent McDuffie to Jamar Chase? When you watch the motherfucking replay, Jamar Chase has his goddamn hand inside of Trent McDuffie's fucking jersey, in his shoulder pads, and is pulling him down this way. So how the fuck is it defensive pass interference when you're getting yanked down from the fucking offensive player? That's not defensive pass interference, ladies and gentlemen. That is offensive pass interference. But they didn't call it on the fucking Bengals. They called it on the Chiefs. So fuck you. That's one of them. Okay. If the refs were playing for the Chiefs, it would have went the other way, and it would have been a good fucking call. But they didn't. So fuck you. Another one is before that play, early in the first quarter, I counted twice in a row where the Bengals fucking jumped off sides, and just the refs are like looking in the fucking air like, oh, we didn't see shit. I mean, clear as fucking day. And then on like the third play, they call like a holding on the fucking Chiefs. So you call two non-fucking false starts, or not false starts, offsides, and then you're going to call a holding call that wasn't a holding call. To the point where even Romo on the holding call was like, I don't know about that. When the announcer has to say, I don't know about that, you know it's bullshit. Because Romo is a fucking player. So he's like, yeah, that was bullshit. So you got two non-calls and then a call that was like bullshit. Once again, oh, but we're playing for the Chiefs, right? Shut the fuck up. No, they weren't. Then you want to cry about a fucking obvious pass interference in late in the fourth quarter when Bro was on his fucking back before the ball was ever there? Shut the fuck up. It was pass interference. They called two penalties on both teams. The play before pushed us back, 4th and 14, hands to the face. Which, okay, again, if we're all fucking calling the fucking game for the fucking Chiefs, why did they call that, dickhead? Why would it be 4th and 14? They could have just ignored that and would have been 4th and 9. Or 4th and 9, where the fuck it was, right? But they called it. That should have been a game ender. Well, if chucks it, your dumbass fucking idiot player, because he got beat, does the only thing he can do. Said, fuck it, I'm gonna go pass interference. Because he sucks. So fuck you and all those, the refs cheated for him again. Really? What did the refs have to do with fucking Burrow fumbling the fucking ball, getting it stripped, and then the fucking Chiefs defense running it in for fucking 6? Where was the refs then? Or better yet, where was the refs when Isaiah Pacheco, before he got injured, fucking ran it down your throat? What was it, 148 yards, or what did he have when he finished? Something like that? So again, where the fuck were the refs then? Where were the refs when Rashee Rice burns the fucking corner and gets a fucking pick 6 from the bomb from Mahomes? Where was the refs then? What does that have to do with the fucking refs? Those are points. Better yet, where was the fucking refs when your kicker missed the extra point? Where's the refs then? See, y'all fucking conveniently silent on the most important plays of the game. But you want to bitch about when your player does something fucking stupid, and you want to blame the refs. Because it was the refs that caused Jamar Chase to be a bitch and cry that he got roughed up or whatever, because he wasn't doing shit all game. And then I got hip tackled. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, jackass. You just suck. You just can't stand up to Trent McDuffie. That's what that is. That's called being outplayed, homie. So, suck a dick. There was no fucking cheating or whatever. It was fucking equal amount of goddamn penalties. Your dumbasses just made more crucial ones at the wrong time. And that's what that is. Now, let's go to the game plan. So that's the other thing. And now people are saying the other side of it is it so much the refs, is the Chiefs got lucky. well, you better go, man. Well, next time, it's game 2. You know what I saw when I watched that game? Much like a lot of people are saying, for the Ravens, for the Bengals, playing the Chiefs, for them in the regular season, like the Bills, like the Raiders and the Broncos, it's their motherfucking Super Bowl. Okay? They are going to throw everything they can to win that game because for them, it's the most important game of the season. For the Chiefs, it's just another Sunday. It's just another Thursday. It's just going to be another Friday, another Saturday. It's just another motherfucking day. Okay? Because y'all don't matter. You don't matter to the postseason. And that's the facts. Right? But for them, for the Bengals, it was the Super Bowl. And what did you see? They went all out. They shut down Travis Kelce, double, triple coverage. They were, we took away Jamar Chase. And they did that. No, and I'm calling it now. Spags did it on purpose. We're going to blanket Jamar Chase. We want to see where you go. We want to see what you can do. And what they do, they use their tight ends. They went to the middle of the field. They use their tight ends. Our linebacking core is a little lackluster. They'll get that fixed. I guarantee you. Now that they know that that's the formula, by the end of the season, by postseason, they'll have that fixed. They're going to address it. They're going to adjust. They might even add a guy. Don't be surprised if you see that. And they'll learn from that. Now that they got the blueprint, they got the game plan, okay, they're taking notes, people. They're writing it down. They're committing that shit to memory, right? And then but T. Higgins didn't even play. If T. Higgins was there, y'all would have lost. Bitch, Hollywood Brown wasn't there. If he was, y'all would have lost by fucking 60. So it's a fucking wash when it comes to fucking talent being gone, motherfuckers. Kiss my ass. We haven't even seen what the rookie tight end, goddamn it, what is his name? I forget his name. I'll get to it later. But the rookie tight end who looked a little baby Kelce, they haven't really unleashed him yet. Again, he's a rookie. He'll start to turn on as the season progresses. You didn't see much. So here's what you didn't see. And again, the game plan, right? The game plan for the Chiefs was very vanilla. Run it up the middle. Take what they give you. Nothing too exotic. Now, we did have a fat man touchdown. That was the extent of, crazy, we're going to go out of the box plays type shit. But you did not see we're going for the throw. We're going to unleash the playbook. They didn't. It's game 2. Reed does not do that. He doesn't show you shit early. He doesn't show you anything till the fucking postseason. He's not going to give you his good plays, especially in game 2 against a team that we're probably going to see again in the playoffs. I ain't showing you shit. Whereas the Bengals showed us a lot. They showed us a lot of their game plan. They're, now again, I'm not saying they're not going to improve. They probably will. They'll probably be much improved if they make it. That's if they even fucking make it to the fucking playoffs this season. They didn't make it last year. So we'll see. But if they do, yeah, I'm sure they'll be much improved. But they showed more of their game plan and how they want to attack the Chiefs versus how the Chiefs want to attack them. And they still lost. The Chiefs with the vanilla offense, with a standard playbook, we're just going to run it. We're going to throw short. We're going to take what we give you. You fell asleep at the wheel over the top, so Mahomes blasted you there. But they did not design that many over the top plays. They could have. You didn't see exotic fucking what is it called? Play designs. You didn't. You didn't see formations. That was what I was looking for. You didn't see exotic formations. You didn't see Isaiah Pacheco and Kelce and Rashee Rice lined up in a little triangle set on the far right or the far left, or Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and Kelce. You didn't see 2 tight end sets, right? Which we do a lot when we want to actually fucking start to play fucking championship ball. They didn't do that. They said we're gonna give you the most vanilla shit, and if we win, cool. If we don't, that's cool too, because we don't give a fuck. But we're gonna be there in the end. But we're not giving you our playbook this fucking early. So you have all season to study it. What are you gonna study? Running up the fucking middle? Cool, go ahead. It's not a very complicated fucking play. It's just beat fucking Isaiah. You know? And he'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks. We'll get to him a little bit later. So, like, you know, a lot of people, like, they got lucky, and if this play and that play, I'm looking at it in a whole different perspective. Well, they played soft and vanilla. You guys fucking balled out, played your ass off. Joe Burrow, 288 yards. And guess what? It still wasn't enough. Patrick Mahomes, those 2 interceptions, 180 yards or whatever it was, you know, 2 turnovers, was his worst, a 90-something QBR or 88, doesn't matter. Most of those 2 interceptions, doesn't matter. Fucking Carson Steele, rookie fumbles, doesn't matter. Because it's the fucking Chiefs. At the end of the day, we are not going to show you playoff football in week 2. We're not even going to show it to you in probably week 15. They're going to win when they can, when they have to. And against a team like the Bengals, the Ravens, the Bills, you know, the Niners that we have coming up, teams that we know we're going to see, they're going to play to win, but they're not going to unleash the playbook quite yet. You're going to see a little bit and a little bit. He's going to sprinkle in some stuff. But you ain't gonna, you watch the Bengals were trying everything. They unleashed their fucking playbook. So, congratulations. Thanks for the info. We're going to put in the little Rolodex, and maybe we'll see you in the playoffs. And I say maybe, right? It ain't enough. Y'all motherfuckers lost. It's great. So, moving on. In that game, yeah, unfortunately we lost Isaiah Pacheco for 4 to 6 weeks, or 4 to 8 weeks, whatever it is. Fractured fibula. Fucking horrible. It sucks. It fucking sucks. You know, I'm hearing, or everybody's hearing it at this point. Apparently, alright, sorry about the little cut there, folks. Had to stop, and as you can probably tell, I'm wearing a different shirt. I have the Chiefs flag in the back, so this is actually a different day. While I was trying to do that video the other day, I had to. Obviously, I'm working, so I had to stop, and then I was going to get back to it, but I never really had an opportunity for a good length of time to finish the video, so I just waited for another day where I knew I had time. So I have a pretty nice little drive right now, so I figured, fuck it, let's continue the video. So, where I left off, we were talking about Kareem Hunt. At this point, I believe that was Monday. Yeah, that was Monday. We are now in Thursday, so the news obviously is already broke. And yes, Kareem Hunt has been signed back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kind of fucked up my whole little scenario there, because I was going to give you my take on that. You know, probably would have already like uploaded this video by then too, but no problem. This will be still season 1, or sorry, episode 1 of season 2. Fuck it. And we'll make it the game recap of last week and of week 2, I guess, of the NFL season 2024, and a preview of week 3. Right, Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Falcons in their home stadium, and we'll touch on that. But let's get to Kareem Hunt. Yeah, he was, you know, on Monday he was scheduled for a visit, and you know, it was in the news, and I knew, I'm like, they're going to sign him. It makes 100. Why would he be going for a visit? He's familiar with the offense. He had a great connection with Mahomes back in the day. And here's the thing: there's a handful of fans, or a group of Chiefs fans or whatever, like, oh, don't bring him back, and bitching and complaining. Look, you know, same thing, or like the really dumb take is, oh, he didn't do shit in the Browns, so why bring him back? You're an idiot, okay? Clearly you weren't paying attention. A, the fucking Browns suck, okay? They suck ass. Number 2, they're stupid because they have their head so far up their ass they bring in Kareem Hunt back when they had Nick Chubb, or still have him, I guess. I don't know who the hell their running back is now, if it's still Nick Chubb. But they drafted that guy, right? They drafted Nick Chubb. You bring in Kareem Hunt because they want this 1-2 punch, and rather than doing what every other smart team would do, which would be, let's make the guy who actually has a rushing title for the season in his rookie year with like 1,180 something or 30, I think it was 1,134 yards for the year, you know, that he finished with and became the rushing leader for the year as a rookie. Nick Chubb's never fucking done that, and they don't make that guy the starter because they wanted to go with the guy that they drafted. And so you never saw how good Kareem Hunt really is, or could have been with the Browns, because they never gave him the shot. They didn't use him properly. He was always like on cleanup. They still did hella good, but I mean, when you're holding a player back, you'll only do so much. So Nick Chubb never became a rushing leader. So I don't understand why they kept insisting that he was the guy. If they would have did it the other way and let Kareem Hunt carry the load, he'd be the featured back, and Nick Chubb backed him up, they would have did a hell of a lot better. At least in the run game, or whatever. They still suck and they're stupid, so I don't really give a shit. So, Alex Smith's last year with the Kansas City Chiefs, he had a hell of a year. He threw for over 4,000 yards. It was a year where, obviously Tyreek Hill was there. It was the beginning of the Legion of Zoom. It was the birth of that. The year before Mahomes came out and became the starter. But we still had an air raid offense, and even in that year where Alex Smith was throwing bombs away because he was, auditioning basically for other teams, he knew that. And Kareem Hunt still became the rushing leader. Now, are we going to get the Kareem Hunt of 2017 rookie? Of course not. Or even 2018 in Mahomes' first year, where they were kicking all kinds of ass. And Mahomes really had a really good connection with him. Oliver Rasheed Rice. Are we getting that? No. But we are getting a different skill set. He's fast and shifty. Can move out of tackles the way Isaiah Pacheco can. He doesn't run through them, but he can kind of juke and all that a lot smoother, I guess. A little bit better than Isaiah, because Isaiah just runs through motherfuckers. He's quick, but he also is a better pass catcher. Kareem Hunt can catch the ball deep downfield, whereas Isaiah is learning that skill set. He's learning to pick that up right now. He's not perfect right there. He's not a top pass catcher running back in the league yet. He maybe will turn into that, but as of right now, he's not. He's still learning that part of the game. Kareem Hunt already has that. So that's a great addition when he's ready and they bring him up from the practice squad. That's what we're going to be getting. If we get half the production out of Kareem Hunt of what he used to be, that's more than enough. And that'll be perfectly fine for the next 6 to 8 weeks while Isaiah's recovering. And then he comes back and we have Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Carson Steele, and what the hell? P. Ryan, right? Yeah. Michael P. Ryan or whatever. I think that's his name. Pretty sure. If I'm fucking that up, sorry. P. Ryan. I know that's his last name. Either way, we'll have a hell of a group. So, I'm excited. I'm glad they brought him back. Now, if you want to talk about the fucking incident about why he got kicked out of the Chiefs and you're butthurt about that, get over it. All right? Because the fact of the matter is, if he did his time, he served his punishment, he got suspended by the league, and he was good enough for the fucking Browns. Okay, it wasn't like the NFL's like, oh, you're so bad you can't play anymore. He played for the Browns, so if he's good enough to play for the Browns, he's good enough to come back to the Chiefs, okay? And the reason he actually was let go was not because of the incident itself. It was because he lied about it. That's why the Chiefs cut him. They would have worked with, okay, tell us what happened. give us the details, and then they may have worked through those punishments and those responsibilities. Because if you actually read up on the story and know what actually happened, yeah, it was fucked up what he did. He shoved one person who ended up knocking into the girl and knocked her over, and then when she was on the floor, he threw like a little kind of butt kick at her. He threw, he didn't kick her. He kind of threw that foot out like when your little sister, your little brother, whatever, is on the floor, and you kind of shove him with your fucking foot, like get out of here and kick him in the ass. It's kind of what he did. Was it correct? Was it right? No, it's still fucked up. Like, and if it was probably closer, he probably would have punted her, because he just kind of missed too. So I'm not saying the intent wasn't there. It probably was, but he just kind of shoved her in the ass on the booty cheek, like fuck you, bitch, get out of here. Again, still not cool. However, if you've actually done the research and you know what the fuck happened, this lady, was drunk, trying to go into their room, like she was trying to get invited up to Kareem Hunt, his girlfriend, or his friends, their girlfriends, maybe his girlfriend too, I can't remember, up all into the room. And they don't know this girl. She was just like at the bar where they were at, or wherever they were partying, and she followed them. Like, we don't know you, fuck off. Like, that's basically what they're telling her. She's trying to, go up there with them. Why are you following a bunch of football players into their room, regardless that there's other girls there, but why are you, and you're not invited? So he was like, no, he kind of already knew. He was smart enough to be like, no, you're not coming up with us. Like, no, she didn't want to leave. Then she got racist, called him racial slurs, and spit at him. Okay? So, if someone called you something racist and spit on you, and you've been drinking, so your temperament is not at its normal tolerance, what the fuck would you do? Especially when someone spits on you. I mean, that's almost like all bets are off at that point. Most people would agree with, like, fuck you, I'm gonna whoop your ass because you spit on me. That's disgusting, right? And that's why that happened. I'm not saying it's okay or it's justified what he did, but at least you understand why. It's not like he was some aggressive asshole who just beat up some woman or whatever because he was drunk and angry. He retaliated at an aggressive person who technically assaulted him first. Was it right? No. But that's why he did it. He didn't initiate the aggression. He didn't initiate the conflict. He just also didn't tolerate the bullshit. So, all of that probably would have been forgiven by the Chiefs if he would have fessed up. If he would have been like, yes, some shit went down, this is what happened, I lost my cool because X, Y, and Z, and this is how it went down, so expect that to come out. He didn't do that. He said, she's lying, I didn't do anything, I'm innocent. Clearly he was not. She's like, you lied, fuck you, your ass is cut. That's what happened. With all that said, I don't care. That was 20 motherfucking 18. We're in 2024, people. He served his time. He served his goddamn punishment. He's been playing for the NFL on a shitty team forever. And we lost our star running back for quite a bit of time. Why wouldn't we bring that kind of weapon back that already knows how to play with Mahomes, is somewhat familiar with the playbook, because I don't want to say he's completely familiar with it, because like other people have pointed out, it was 2018. Like, how real familiar can you be with the playbook that is that old? Right? Obviously, we've tweaked it, changed it, upgraded it since then, and he hasn't been on the team in that long. So, but I'm sure there's concepts and certain things that he's used to the coaching. He probably has a familiarity with how Andy Reid coaches and how they handle practices and things like that. So he should be able to get up to speed fairly quickly. So I'm excited. I thought it was a great addition. Gatorade. And think of it this way, folks. Yes, he's 29 years old. He's 29 years old. He's been in the league just as long as Mahomes. But think of it this way. Look at the production we got out of Jerick McKinnon. Also a seasoned veteran who did not have the kind of potential and explosiveness that Kareem Hunt has. And we got a shitload of production out of Jerick McKinnon. Shout out to Jerick McKinnon, to the Jet. You're awesome. Thanks for all of the great plays and the championships. You're awesome. Hope he's making his money. Be a chief for life, homie. Look, we did great with him, and Kareem Hunt is a better running back. Just pure talent-wise, he is. So I'm sure we can. Reed is going to get as much out of him as they absolutely can. And if it works really well, look out, because your 1-2 punch is going to be Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, and you're going to have Carson Steele as your third running back while and just kind of let him marinate and learn and watch and grow this next year without the pressure of having to be the emergency number one or emergency number two, or just as a rookie, right? We saw him fumble. That's why that happened, because you're a rookie. So if Kareem Hunt can learn quickly, and he's probably not going to suit up for the Falcons, but he'll probably definitely suit up for the next game. So if he's picks up the offense that long, it's really productive, it's going to be, he's going to be the number 2 when Isaiah comes back. And Carson could just kind of chill out, marinate, and be that number 3 with no pressure and just learn at his own pace. And he's going to be awesome. He's going to be just fine. What happens to I want to say Jermaine, whatever. What happens to P-Ryan? I don't know. Maybe those are practice squad. You know what? Let me pause this really quick. I will continue this. Let me check something. That's his goddamn name, Samaje P-Ryan, right? I think I kept thinking of his brother, but then again, he's Jermichael P-Ryan or some shit like that. But Samaje P-Ryan, or Samaje, right? Maybe he goes to the practice squad. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. So, I will touch on a few more things, and then we'll get to the Falcons game. I know in the beginning of this video on Monday, I probably went through an order of things that I wanted to talk about, but again, the next couple of days later, and I fucking lost that juice. So I'm trying to continue on here. But I know one of the things I want to talk about, I think we talked about the cheating, the whole, if I didn't, I'll go over it again. I don't remember. I didn't rewatch the other video completely. I just watched the last few seconds to see what the hell where I left off, which was the Kareem Hunt thing, so I can continue. But people are bitching. The new thing on the internet is these idiots complaining about the Chiefs, and it's fucking laughable. It really is. It's so laughable. The refs are helping the Chiefs. Shut the fuck up. Okay, first of all, last season, we were the most penalized fucking team in the league. So suck a dick, okay? We were so helped that we had no wide receiver fucking group to speak of, and we still whooped your ass and won the Super Bowl. No, that's just how much your fucking teams suck, okay? Get over it. Our right tackle got penalized more than anybody because of the way he lined up. So fuck you. If they were helping the Chiefs, we don't get those calls. They would just ignore it, but they didn't. Okay? You're talking about a goddamn team who a few years ago, they penalized Chris Jones for tackling Derek Carr, and in mid-tackle, strips the fucking ball from him, puts it in his other hand, to then place this hand on the fucking ground so he doesn't land with all his fucking weight on Derek Carr. And they still called fucking roughing the goddamn passer for landing with his body weight. Even though in the goddamn replay, you see Chris Jones trying to brace himself with his other hand while he's stripping the ball. So you go suck a fat dick because you want to believe that the refs are helping the fucking Chiefs when it's always been the goddamn opposite. Okay? Fuck you. You just suck. You all mad you don't have Mahomes, and that's what it is. Okay? Now the new thing, the new bullshit of why people are saying this horse shit is some idiot put up a stat that Mahomes now holds the record for most interceptions that were negated by penalties. We're at like 29 or something in the most NFL history. And it's such a crock of shit, bullshit statistic. And I will tell you why. Hang on, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, I had to switch ears here. This was getting a little warm there. I've been wearing their headset on that side for a while. That's why it's bullshit. Such a fucking bullshit stat and ridiculous. Because, look, see, the refs are helping. They bailed him out. 29 interceptions that were negated and taken away because of penalties. Yeah, moron. You know why? Because majority of those fucking penalties were offsides, dick. Of course there's interceptions. That's literally the idea. If you know a player is offsides, you get a free play. You can do whatever the fuck you want because you know if the play doesn't go right, someone fumbles, you throw an interception, you get sacked, whatever, it doesn't matter because you know you have an offsides penalty. And that's the fucking reason. Literally, most of those penalties are because of that. I believe it's only 4 that are actually penalties that weren't offsides. So a pass interference or whatever. Literally 4. So get out of here with that fucking horseshit, bullshit narrative that the refs failed. No, it's because of offsides. Because he's smart enough to know and recognize and is self-aware. It was like, oh cool, I got a free play. Let me just chuck this shit down the field and see if he catches it. Because if he does, we got a free touchdown. If not, it doesn't matter. I'm getting 5 yards right now, and I'm getting the ball back. You know. So, you know who has more than fucking 4 of those types of interceptions taken away, not due to offsides? Joe fucking Burrow with 5. You know what's even more fucking ridiculous about that? Joe Burrow's been playing a year less than Patrick Mahomes, and even less than that because how many fucking times has he been injured? He hasn't even played complete seasons yet, like consistently. He's had 2 seasons where he hasn't played almost half of them. So he's played a fuck ton less of games, yet has more interceptions taken away from him by pass interference calls or other penalties not offsides. So suck a dick. If you want to make that argument, go make it with Joe Burrow because apparently the refs are helping him out because he has more than Mahomes. Fuck you, you're an idiot, right? The fact of the matter is you are living in the Michael Jordan era of football and his name is Patrick LeVon Mahomes, bitch. Get over it. It's greatness personified. Just enjoy it. You're not going to see it again for a while. Just enjoy it. It's history season right now. It's 3-peat season. Enjoy the ride. Stop hating. Unless you're the Raiders, Broncos, or Chargers, then I mean hate away because, well, sorry, homie. Sucks to be you. So yeah, I mean, what else? So let's just get on to the game and the Falcons. So we got the Falcons coming up. Kirk Cousins apparently bailed out the Falcons late in their last week's game. I didn't see it. I just heard about it. Saw a couple of the highlights. Apparently he's knocking the rust off. They said that he looked good. He looked good at the end of that game or whatever, and that's how they got their win. Well, from what I hear, they have a pretty solid defense. They're saying that they're pretty good and all that. Probably. I don't know. Again, I haven't watched them. I've paid too much attention. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We just played 2 of the toughest teams in the NFL and beat them. Close games. The Falcons aren't anywhere near the Ravens or the Bengals. I don't care what they did in the last 2 weeks. So, good luck. I expect the Chiefs to dominate this game. I hope to see a lot of Xavier Worthy. He was a little quiet in this last game. I think Mahomes needs to trust him a little more. You know what's great? It's funny. I was listening to, and I said this earlier when we were talking about Xavier Worthy, about Mahomes kind of underthrew him and just chucked that bitch, right? It's funny. I was watching Chris Sims, and he actually said the same thing. He's like, I don't know why Mahomes kind of underthrew it. Xavier Worthy's faster. He just needs to launch that thing. I'm like, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. Like, I think, like what Chris Sims said that I also recognize is Mahomes is trying to throw the perfect pass and just put it on his fingertips. And it's like, bro, just throw it. You're not going to overthrow Worthy. Let him go up there and find it. He's great at tracking the ball. Let him find it. So hopefully Mahomes will, and he'll learn. He'll learn from it. He'll trust Xavier more. He's just gonna, we'll go back to the old fucking I know Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere mentality, and it's just gonna be fucking I know Xavier Worthy's down there somewhere, and just chuck it. So hopefully we'll see that. Oh, real quick, one last thing, going back to the, last week's game. I told this to a couple of friends. There was a sneaky troll by the Chiefs to the Bengals. Like a low-key troll job at the end of that game with Harrison Butker. The fact that they didn't try to advance the ball, really, like they didn't try for a play to get him 10 more yards, 5 more yards to make that kick easier. They ran 2 chicken shit run plays that maybe got you a yard, and they didn't give a fuck. They were just like, whatever, run these 2 plays. If we get it, cool. If not, fuck it. Harrison will run out there and kick the 51-yard field goal, no problem. I mean, that is like, the fact that you're not even going to try to get more yards because you're like, yeah, fuck it, he's going to kick it. That's some low-key troll job. Like, look at these idiots. They think we're too far for this field goal. So, shout out to Harrison Butker, the butt kicker, clutch, best fucking kicker in the league. That was awesome, man. Kind of hilarious. All right, back to the week 3 here. Yeah, so I don't think the Ravens. I'm sure they have a good defense. It'll probably kind of start out a little slow, like the Chiefs do, and then they're going to open it up. Like no matter what the defense of the Falcons look like, it's not the Ravens' defense, and it's not the Bengals' defense. And once Mahomes kind of dials in, it's over. So I don't know. I guess I'll give a point spread. 37-17. That's what I think. I think there's going to be a pretty big game. I think Rashid will have a day. You might see Kelsey's, big game of this year so far, since he's been quiet the last 2 seasons. I mean, the last 2 games. Sorry, not seasons, 2 games. So I think it'll be a Kelsey Rashid type of game, and you might have like 1 or 2, big plays by Worthy. Because I also think they're not going to run very much. I think they're going to limit Carson Stills and P. Ryan's running plays because they're the backups. So they're not going to put a lot on their plate. They're going to design the stuff. It's going to be bombs away, kind of air raid type offense this week. I can almost guarantee that. We're going to run as needed or when required. But for the most part, they're going to air it out because they want to settle in the offense. They want to wait till Kareem is ready to come in, and then they'll go back to like really focusing on the run. What else, man? I don't know. I mean, I think that's it. Like I said, I was trying to go off of what I did on Monday. So if I skip some subjects, I apologize, and I'll try to get back. I think what I'm going to try to do is on Mondays, I would try to record these videos, edit them real quick on my phone, and then just put them out. And so we'll have a recap of the game, and then a bit of a preview for the following week. Maybe I'll just do, or I'll start doing 2 videos a week. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But yeah. Now, obviously, with the exception of unless the Chiefs play on a Monday night, which is still, I probably might still do that because I could actually do that right after the game. So you might even get an instant reaction right after the game because I'll be at work later that night anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter. I'll probably still be able to put out that video. So yeah, I will aim for Tuesday releases. Whether or not I stick to that is anyone's guess. But we shall see. So, Until next time, folks. Oh, I'm horrible at this. And I used to do the fucking logo things, but since I'm not on my computer and all that, you're not going to get that. I probably won't even do it at all anymore, even when I am back in like the man cave, so to speak. But like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that bullshit. I'm horrible at always reminding people about that. As I move on here, I'm thinking about doing some merch. I might do my logo and all that. Try to help the channel grow. So yeah. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, all that bullshit that people say. And let's go. Fucking repeat season. You know, let's go Chiefs. Shout out to RGR Football, the Brit Chief. How about those Chiefs? I forget that dude's name, but he's awesome. He's like my favorite person to watch right now. Shout out to that guy. Any Chiefs content that's out there, man, go get it. If you're a Chiefs fan, just subscribe to all of them. Help out the community and the fans. We do it because we love it. One last thing, for those of you if you're new watching this to my channel, obviously it's called Most Foul Chief, and that's exactly what I try to be. I'm going to try to be a little funny, I'm trying to be entertaining for you guys. At the end of the day, I cuss a lot, and that's why the name is kind of fitting. Now, it's kind of a two-meaning thing there. My band and my music project is Murder Most Foul, and that's also where my logo comes from. So that's also Most Foul Chief. So it's kind of a play on my music, but also a play on the fact that I cuss a fucking lot. You're gonna hear the F word all the fucking time. Probably within 5 seconds of when I started this video. So, but that's what this channel's about, man. I am the Most Foul Chief. I cuss a lot. I give it to you from a fan's perspective of just pure emotion and truth, really. I'll tell you shit that other motherfuckers don't. What people on, you know, NFL Network can't, what they're probably really thinking. And when really interesting stuff happens, I will comment on that too. But for the most part, it's all about the Chiefs. Fuck the Raiders, fuck the Chargers, fuck the Broncos. But we'll get to them during those weeks. And like Patrick Mahomes said, it's going to get handled when it gets handled. Until next week, guys, go Chiefs. I'll see you next week.